Hello there.
I must be careful to avoid attention.
There are a few areas where it's possible to actually fail this game.
I should find a way to get rid of the nurses so I may quietly move about this floor and speak with the patients.
Who are you? You are not the nurse. Give them to me. I beg you.
What do you need?
Small pink crystals, please. In the laboratory.
Fortunately, we have them already.
Here is your medicine. Now, please, if I could just ask you a few questions.
They must be dissolved in water.
Water?
Yes, there is some in the garden.
Why is there water only in the garden? That seems quite strange.
Here it is, my friend. You must tell me where.
Make the male nurse leave, and I will tell you anything you want.
All right, where is the key to the aviary?
The mad girl. Bring her doll to her. She knows.
I should find a way to get rid of the nurses so I may quietly move about this floor and speak with the patients.
I think there is a location straight back to Gerda. Yes, there is.
Where are you hiding? Where are you? Don't leave me all alone. Heidi. Oh.
Look who is here to see you, miss.
Heidi. Heidi, you are here. The bad men took you away, but you came back.
Heidi told me she wanted to come back to you. She also told me that you know how to free the kind birds from their cage.
Bad men took Heidi away. They said I was a bad girl because I cut off the head of that nasty brute. But he started it. He was bad first.
He did terrible things, this bad man?
Oh, yes. He came in the night for us. He took Heidi and I to his room, near the birds. And he was very, very nasty with me. He had the key to the bird's house and said if I wasn't a good girl, he would send them away. I didn't like that, because Heidi loves the birds.
So, my child, the key to the birdhouse is upstairs in his room?
Yes, it's there. Now the lady lives there, but I am not allowed to see the birds anymore.
Thank you very much.
What is that, Heidi? Oh, you want to thank the gentleman. And you have a present for him. What a sweet girl you are. Oh, I agree. Heidi wants to thank you and says to tell you a secret. When I cut the bad man's head, she didn't want him to ever come back, so she hid the key in her belly.
We are in your debt, young lady, and our humble thanks to you, Heidi.
Heidi, child of the mountains.
It sounds like that guy deserved a stabbing in the face. Anyway, let's get back up there. Now I forget which way we go.
Fraulein Muller does not seem particularly gifted. Truly, art in the blood can take the strangest forms.
Wait, what's that on the floor? I guess it's just a bowl of wool?
A lovely piece. I must say it's the highlight of this exhibition, but I dare say it shall prove useful. Macrame, a healthy occupation for modern women, by Kalipigi Mubala Smith Papadopoulos. And look at this, it is a signed edition. This splendid macrame design is protecting the bottle.
Wait. What is this? Is it a dog or a mouse? It's not important, but I'd like to know.
This must be the key to the aviary.
I suppose I could have just walked here. I mean, transported myself here. Damn it, Holmes.
The door to the birdcage is open. Help us.
The birds have escaped! Quick! Catch them! Catch them!
Thanks to the panic, all the nurses will be elsewhere, as Bauer would say. While the guards are busy trying to catch the birds, I should use the opportunity to search the rest of the asylum.
And that we will. I think that's I can hear the guy, but I can't see him.
It is necessary to get this dragon to leave, so I can freely examine the kitchen. Perhaps if I can create smoke, she will go into a panic and leave, thinking there's a fire.
That's a bit extreme.
Following the unintentional fire caused by uninspired staff members, I made the decision to forbid access to the kitchen and dining room to all staff other than Frau Mayer and myself.
So yes, we need some more water, as this is the only place in the whole asylum that actually has water, apparently. And we're going to go back here.
Here now, I must take care to measure the precise dose.
Oh, Holmes. Okay, so luckily we have these scales just here.
And there, it is done. Here is the bottle with adequate water. I must calculate its capacity as accurately as possible. My smoking apparatus is to work. Now I know the exact capacity of the bottle. My smoking device is ready. I must say, a room filled with smoke shall be difficult to examine, but there is no other way.
Okay. There's no point in hanging around. Where exactly did she leave? As there are no other doors in this room. And surely she would have noticed that big bottle right there.
A truss for roast beef.
3 short bells, then a long one. Good to know. And it confused me as I believe we automatically... On my test run, I was spending far too long looking around both sides of the room for this. And I think that's all that we need to do here. Yes.
The attendant is gone.
Ah, I'm very glad. But you are not an attendant?
No, my good man, I am not. I arrived from London to investigate private charges of embezzlement against this establishment.
You came all the way from London? Why would anyone choose to come to this God-forsaken place?
Indeed, I have just arrived from London and my reasons will soon be clear. Listen to me. I know you do not belong here. You are not mad, merely the victim of a trap that only the most expert specialists could untangle. More importantly, you are the only person here who can give me the information I require. If you could speak with me, assuming your pain has not returned, I would be in your debt.
But who are you?
Someone who could guarantee your freedom once my objectives are secured. But I have little time, and you must listen to me carefully. Did you hear the staff or other inmates speak on any suspicious activities other than the horrible mistreatment you have all suffered at the hands of the staff?
You are from English customs, then? You must be interested in the arrival of illegal foreign lunatics in your country.
What makes you say this?
Well, some time ago, they removed all the foreigners from their cells, and they were never seen or heard from again. Perhaps they were shipped into your country without the usual formalities?
Those foreigners, where did they come from?
I don't know exactly, because oddly, they never associated with the rest of the inmates. They arrived regularly, 1 or 2 fellows per month.
Most peculiar. Did they speak among themselves?
I could hear them trying to talk to one another, but it seemed as if they couldn't understand each other, as if each spoke a different dialect. Also, none of them seemed mad in the least. And then there was one other odd event. They were downstairs, and it was shortly before their departure. I strained to hear them, and could barely make out their conversation. This time, they all seemed to speak the same language, and what is even stranger, they seemed to be saying the same thing repeatedly.
You must rest now, but don't lose hope, as I am here to help. I am afraid I must leave you now.
If you need to know other information, you can see me when you like.
Are you ready for another adventure game staple? Ta-da! Massive objects just disappearing into our inventory. Now, yes, it is here. I got severely lost the first time around trying to find this, even though it's just slightly upwards from the cell.
This is meant to be used by 2 people, and here I am alone. What should be done? I have to create a system to use this lever in distance. These levers are well oiled.
So, let's make a contraption. I hope that we're going to do something exciting with this wig. And there we go.
And there, it is done.
Another lever. I'll leave that alone for the moment.
Three times 3 is 9. 2 times 5 is 10.
Pardon me, sir. Could I trouble you for some information?
Nasty, nasty cheat. I shall say nothing to you. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24. I shall speak only to Professor Schwartz. He understands that I have learned all my lessons. 3 times 9 is 27.
Apparently he will speak only with this professor. Perhaps the medical files on this man Wolf will be helpful. Closed tight.
Sigmund? I wonder if that's a reference to Mr. Freud.
This door is quite solidly built, but the lock is rudimentary. Never again will I go out on a case without a small spoon at my side, though likely Watson would envy me this valuable implement.
Okay, time for another lockpicking puzzle. Which is slightly more involved. Let's see. Oh my word. Is that an arm? Or a leg?
My God, there is a body inside. I am glad I spared Watson this horror. This place conceals deeds far more sinister than the mere traffic in dangerous goods. Who could have forgotten this?
People love just leaving keys lying around in random places.
The Worship of Ghouls by Count d'Erlette. I do not think this book would give the reader pleasant dreams if reserved for bedtime reading. I don't know what this Gyjax studied, but judging by his office and what I saw before, he is more dangerous than any of his patients. This man seems to suffer from every possible mental affliction. Judging by the date of his admission, he must be one of the oldest patients here. The former hospital director researched his case and mentions Wolf's professor. Apparently, he was the only person of influence with the poor fellow. There is even a portrait of the late professor included in with the reports. So this is Professor Schwartz. I need a name to continue my research. Closed. Tight. A cable from New Orleans sent in the last few weeks. If the shipment of these goods from New Orleans relies upon a transfer of funds from Europe, it is possible the actual exchange won't take place for a few weeks. There may still be time to intervene. There's a small label that says classroom.
Okay, so we don't actually need the spoon for this drawer. This poker will come in very handy.
Unbelievable. These letters are from various Swiss banks and show that the doctor made several sales of precious stones over these last months, and each time for higher profit. He must have access to a real treasure. I see numerous transfers were made to an account holder in the Bank of London and another in a bank here in New Orleans. I must take note of these transactions. Hold on, there is an oily stain on this letter. It smells of iodine. Interesting. I can pick this lock.
Oh.
This lock is too complex for this tool.
Wait. I thought he said that he could pick the lock.
I can pick this lock. Oh
What?
my God!
I don't understand this bit. Okay.
The faint signs remaining on this blackboard are in phonetics. It appears that people were forced to recite some text with no real understanding of its meaning. It's a pity that the text was erased. I feel great pity for the patients who must have been tied to this machine.
Okay, I thought that we could examine that, but never mind.
What's this? A battery with a crank starter. No doubt used to stimulate his patients. A notebook detailing the experiments conducted by Mr. Gyjax. These birds are from the aviary. They served a purpose beyond mere decoration.
Okay, let's get out of here. We've seen enough.
I cannot do this.
Oh.